Life is made up of so many incredible moments. And I think that we have a tendency to focus and place so much emphasis on the big ones. And they're important. Um, all those big moments in our life, they're definitely worth remembering. We document them, we record them, we make a really big deal out of them. But I have found, and I believe, that it's really the little everyday moments, those little things that occur on any given day of the week, um, that really make up the fabric of our life and ultimately are the things that, those are the moments that we feel the most impact when they're gone, when we don't experience them anymore. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that today. I have a weird thing. I didn't perceive it as weird, but I have on my microwave, on a little magnet, I have a foil cover off of a Noosa yogurt. And I it's not there by accident. I removed it from a yogurt container and I washed it and smoothed it out and put it up there. And um, my granddaughter the other day, it's been hanging there for months. My granddaughter the other day asked me, "What's that cow thing on your microwave?" And I kind of paused for a moment and I had to think about it. And I said, "Well, a few days before your papa died, he had bought one of his bougie yogurts, and well, he had bought two and he ate one, and after he died there was one left, and I had finally eaten it. And but the foil cover says, "You make life moveless." And it just, I don't know, I think it just kind of spoke to me. I thought it just felt like, I don't know if I felt like I was thinking that about him, um, or if like I perceived it as a message from him. But I was prompted to wash it and put it up there, and I look at it, and um, but after she left, I thought about it more, and I thought, really, I think it's more than just that. You see, that yogurt represented the last time we had bought groceries together. Um, when we were first married, grocery shopping together was a thing. We always went together. And, life went on, and we kind of fell into our roles. And I was the one that did the grocery shopping. And, occasionally he would stop when he wanted something, or as life got busier in later years, sometimes he would stop and pick something. I would call him and say, "Hey, can you pick this up on your way home?" Um, but after we retired, that became something that we really enjoyed doing together. An everyday, an everyday moment kind of thing. But we enjoyed it. We enjoyed walking the aisles together. And I think when we were younger, it was a little faster paced. And as we got older, it was you know, I told my kids we could spend 2 hours in the grocery store, just meandering the aisles and looking at things. Um, but um, a few days before he had his massive stroke and died, we were traveling home, and we had stopped at a Walmart in Grand Junction, Colorado. And it wasn't our favorite place to grocery shop, but when you're traveling, especially when you're driving a 40-foot motorhome, Walmart is a great place to stop because parking is usually not a problem. You can usually park out on the perimeter, and B, you can get a little bit of everything that you need in one stop. You're not stopping at a hardware store, all these different stops. And so we had just bought a few groceries to get us through because we were going to be, boondocking, camping in a boondocking location. And so we had bought a few things together. And so, this receipt has been kept in my little travel journal. And at the time, I always stuck receipts in there just to track expenses. But, that's kind of a moment frozen in time now. So why am I telling you all this? Well, I'm telling you all this because those ordinary moments in life, the things that we don't even think about. I mean, when we walked into that Walmart and went and got a few things, he picked out a few things. I grabbed him some things for some meals. And, I think that was just groceries that day. And it was just an ordinary stop. It was not even a fun grocery outing for us. It was just an ordinary stop. We got some things we needed, and we went on our way. And it's those little things that you did together that you don't even track. But especially when you're talking about those last days together, those things are just magnified. Like I've sat and analyzed this receipt. Like what did we choose? What did we buy that day? Oh yeah, I bought some Gardettos, and he had bought some. He had bought some other chips, and I think it would have been 2 days later, he was eating my Gardettos, and I was mad about it. It's like, you picked what you wanted, I picked what I wanted, get out of my Gardettos. And then afterwards I felt like, how could I be so selfish? I'm getting a little off track here, but my point is, what was an ordinary thing, I would have never given any of that another thought had life just went on like normal. But it's those little things. It's those moments, those impromptu embraces, the sitting and watching a movie together, the casual conversation, the a short walk, holding hands when you're driving, reaching over and holding hands or touching, you know, your partner's shoulder, lying down in bed next to each other, passing each other in the hallway. All of those little moments that they occur 1,000 times in a week, and you don't give them really a second thought. Those are the things that become extraordinary when your person is gone, and the silence of those moments, they don't happen anymore. It's not the big moments. Yes, I love the memories of, a big trip we took. I love the memories of when we got married. I love the big moments, but those little moments, those little everyday moments, those things that honestly, I think we're all, I don't want to say guilty, but we all take for granted because they're just there. And so my encouragement for you today is to lean into those everyday moments, soak them up, um, because you never know when they're going to run out. And I don't mean just with your spouse or your partner. I mean with everybody you love. Because I feel like I say this in just about every video, but it's true. We are not promised another day, ever, ever. And so every opportunity that you have, that you're around the people that matter to you, soak in those moments, lean into them. Don't brush them off. Don't be too busy. Take the extra time to give an extra hug. Or when you're giving a hug, lean in and squeeze a little harder and a little longer. Just drink in those moments, because at the end of the day, those are the ones that matter. Those are the ones you grab onto. Those are the ones that you hold on to. Those are the ones who the silence of them not being is just, it's deafening. Those are the ones that you would give anything to have again. Yeah, big trip. Yeah, that's great. I could care less. Being able to sit side by side on the couch, you know, um, priceless. So that's my encouragement for today. And I think this is one of those places that I think taking note to place a marker there, place a marker on everyday moments and the importance of them, because sometimes those everyday moments, we can leave things in a less than stellar, whether it's just be a parting word that's not so kind, fussing over something that really doesn't matter. My husband and I, we weren't 100% faithful all the time, but I feel like we were pretty darn good because it was very important to us that we didn't go to sleep angry and that we didn't part angry. Even if it was something that we had to table to come back to and to discuss later. When we parted, if he was going somewhere, I was going somewhere, we left on a good, a good, a good standing. Like, I love you, and a kiss and a hug. Same with going to sleep. Just because, again, you don't know. Um, so, um, just I had no idea. I had no idea that the little moments would be the big ones, and um, they are. They really are. So set a marker there and take notice and um, make sure you have a, a big bank full of those little moments that you can draw from and feel good about, not be feeling like I was selfish or I was thoughtless or I wasn't kind or I wasn't paying attention. Because you're going to do that. It's just life. We pick apart what we could have done better and how we could have made it better. But the more we put into it up front, the less we're going to have to pick ourselves apart. So, thank you for watching. If you're brand new here, I apologize I didn't say this sooner, but my name is Patty. I lost my husband 5 months ago, and I'm navigating life after loss, and I'm so thankful that you're here. And if you're returning, welcome back. And I hope this was an encouragement to you, helpful in some small way. Chalk it up to the weird things widows do, saving um, tops of yogurt containers. I feel like I'm collecting a list of things that some of them I haven't even shared yet, but maybe there'll be a weird things widow do list to come. We'll see. But thank you all for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Have a blessed day, and remember to smile. Bye.